people? We are here in the Groundsounds studio in Columbus, Ohio. I am Jessey Alley, and we have a special interview today with Wilmah, who is out of Buffalo, New York, where they're originally from, rocking it out in the New York State. We're very excited to talk to them about their latest music video in television. Just jumped in. Let's get them in here and make sure that we are. Let's see if I can get you guys in here. Go. All right. But we are super excited to have them in, and I believe. What is up? It's Matt. What's going on, Matt? How you doing today, man?
Good. How are you?
Good, man. I'm super excited to get on and talk to you about Wilmah and you and your guy Will, man. Let's jump into this, man. Well, first off, how's your day going?
It's all right. I woke up a little bit early, made some coffee. Just been, I like to sleep in because I'm a musician and all. So I don't really see the morning too often. But yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Good, man. Good, man. So we're catching you kind of in your morning routine then right now, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, I don't want to keep you too long from your routine and getting through there. But the biggest thing I wanted to talk about, obviously, is this new music video, Television. Love the song, and I love the simplicity of it and how it. Honestly, I wanted to ask you, like, how did you guys go through and shoot it? What were kind of some ideas that went into it? And then after that, what kind of went into the song itself?
Yeah, so Television, we've kind of been sitting with Television for a while. And I had the idea probably back in December for the music video. It was pretty bare bones. I just had the idea of, I knew I wanted to do some sort of like character play of us in costumes, and so I pretty much only had that idea, and then we had a meeting with the director Jeremy, and he wrote a fantastic treatment, and it took 2 days to film. So my buddy John let us film in his apartment, actually in the Bronx, and it turned out to be like the perfect setting for it. And then we did a green screen studio in Brooklyn for all the green screen character stuff.
Dope. It turned out great. It turned out great. And just kick-ass song in general, man. What went into kind of like creating of the song and actually like sat down and kind of getting that out there?
So this one was different than a Wilmah song usually goes. My manager actually had started the song with Jerry Lang, who's a producer out of Brooklyn, and he had sent it to me probably 2 summers ago, and there was something about it that I always loved. So Will and I ended up, we just like changed some of the lyrics. I added some of the production, and it was definitely a team effort. But there was always something about that song that I loved, and I think it really resonates with people.
It's funny because it honestly, it just sounds like it's been a classic for a long time. I know it only came out in September, but like honestly, it really made me think back to like a lot of some kind of alternative, maybe a little bit of kind of like some alternative rock, like kind of from the 90s and the early 2000s. And I was like, I feel like I've already heard, not that I've heard the song and the lyrics and stuff, but I've heard like this enjoyment. So one thing that I read is that you guys have been trying to really change your sound, not change it like permanently or anything, but really kind of tap into some other types of music and really kind of see where you guys can take your sound. What kind of journey has that been like, and what really started that? Like, what made that, I guess, pick up in your mind?
Yeah, so it was never something that Will and I were like actively trying to do. It always just happened. I mean, we've been making music together for a long time, like 3-4 years probably now.
Shout out, man, too.
Oh, what's up, Noah? Being loud in the comments. So, yeah, it's just we love so many different types of music. I love making so many different types. I get bored if I'm told I have to keep making the same song over and over again. So it's just something that excites us and keeps us going, and I think we're so capable of doing it that we just won't stop. And I know it scares people that are trying to help us, because it's like, well, you're going to be a little bit harder to promote if you're all over the place. But what I say is, like, it's 2021. It doesn't matter. Like, not being held down by a certain genre is kind of like the new thing. And I think, as a listener, I'm a huge music fan myself. I hate when a band puts the same album out 3 times in a row. And so I would rather, as long as you make good music, I don't think it really should matter.
Well said. Well said. And I love that you guys are like excited about it and like really trying to like branch out, because like you said, you just said that some artists I feel like are scared, maybe don't want to branch out because they've already had so much success with this. They feel like this is kind of what they have to cling to. And I, like you said, as a music fan, I love the kind of the diversity of it, the changing, the constant, like maybe obviously you've got your roots that you go to, that you're kind of consistent with, and you're like, oh yeah, we definitely are going to keep like kind of making this type of genre and stuff like that. But at the same time, know that we're going to branch out and try some other genres and try to see what we can mix together, and just to really see that that excitement in you, to really, you can really tell like the passion, just to be like, it excites me to really get out there and really kind of explore, you know?
Like we only want to make, we said this from the beginning, we only want to make music that we think is cool and that we want to listen to, like when we're with our friends drinking on a Friday night. Like that's what we that's what we strive to make, and I'm uninterested in doing anything other than that. And people that like get mad at artists for changing, I think there's a fault to that, because as artists evolve, their fan bases only grow as long as the music gets better and better. Like Tyler, the Creator, he's evolved so much in his career, and he's ginormous. And he's ginormous because he did do that, and he felt free enough to experiment. So we'll just constantly be experimenting, and it'll always have that Wilmah voice, but we'll do a lot of different things and do everything that we can.
Yeah, and I mean that's all you can do, right? Like you keep striving forward and keep going in the direction that you wanted to take it, and it's just great. It's well said. Okay. But another thing I want to talk about is I always ask about some of the influencers, some of the bands that you grew up kind of listening to that really got you into where you're at now. I read that you had some Beastie Boys and some Rage Against the Machine. Huge fan of both of those. So what part of those actually like got you in? I guess what were the parts of their songs that really influenced you the most?
I would say, so our first single, Welcome to America, we kind of wrote that in a period. I didn't grow up listening to Rage or Beastie Boys. Well, Beastie Boys, I heard some of their songs, but more recently it was a phase that Will and I started listening to heavier music. And Welcome to America has such a strong message that I think that's the medium it needed to be delivered in. And so, I mean, Rage is just like the fucking best, man. I mean, there's not much else you can say. They're a great band. I grew up personally listening to more of like, I was really into Jimi Hendrix, like when I started playing guitar.
Oh yeah. Actually, as we talk about this, let me get. I did not mean to pause it. There we go. We have got Mr. Jimi Hendrix right here, ready to roll.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Always ready.
I started playing guitar when I was young, and so when I was like 6, I was like really obsessed with Jimi Hendrix, and then I got very into Bob Dylan around age 8. I don't know many 8-year-olds that are listening to Bob Dylan, but I was super into him. I was super into him. As I got, my mom always had Dave Matthews on, so I loved him too.
Nice.
But it's funny, none of these artists, I mean, they definitely informed my guitar playing and my lyricism, but more recently, when I was like in my teenage years, I was really into John Mayer, and I still am. But
Solid bands though, like that's just good stuff.
yeah, it's all classic shit. And more recently, I've been really into Father John Misty, and his lyrics. I'm really into the self-aware, self-deprecating lyricism. I think just like because times feel so apocalyptic, doing anything other than that, doing anything other than being brutally honest, it's kind of pointless in my mind. So yeah, I have a lot of different influences and a lot of different genres, but when it comes to influencing my sound, and I think Will and I would both say that it definitely comes down to the song, different songs, more than different artists.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just want to chime this in really quick. Anybody that's watching right now, if you have any questions, or actually you want to chime in and ask a question live to the Matt of Wilmah here, the vocalist and the guitarist, guys, just let us know. Type in your question. We'll get you in here. And so my next question I want to ask is, a lot of people really love this question, is what is your favorite place to play? I know it's like some parts of the area and the world, we are still locked up and locked down, but it seems like we are going in the right direction. We're slowly continuing to go. What are some of those favorite places that you've played in the past and potentially here in the future?
I think so. We played like a little acoustic set, our first show back since COVID, on the Lower East Side, maybe 3-4 weeks ago. It was very intimate. There weren't many people there, but we had some very close friends there, and it was so special to be back on stage and performing. And something about that, it felt so fucking good. And I think as Wilmah grows and as we put more music out and grow our fan base, I think our hometown shows playing Buffalo are going to be really, really special. But I'm excited to just play new places. I mean, we haven't played in a lot of places, so I'm excited in 2022, hopefully, to start branching out and playing more places. But I think Buffalo and New York, and also New York shows, will be very special in the future.
I mean, it's going to be big. It's going to be huge, especially going back to where it all started. You know, like it's always good to be.
Yeah.
Something I do want to ask is a specific venue, the Mercury Lounge, that's in there in New York.
Yeah.
How I've read that you guys have played there, and how was it playing at the Mercury Lounge that's had people like The Strokes, Lady Gaga go through there? How was it to be in there and just to know, like, hey, we're now a part of this. We've been to this place. We've played here, especially just like all these other greats.
Yeah, I think we take it for granted. I mean, when I got to New York in 2018, I did like an open mic at the Bitter End, which is like a legendary venue that's had all the greats. I mean, Bob Dylan's played there, and you just play and you do your show and it's good and you don't think about it, but you do take it for granted that such amazing artists have played there, and just the opportunities you get in being in music. I really try to not take it for granted. Like, I'll tell my mom about something and she'll be like, why didn't you tell me about that? That is so cool. And I was like, I didn't really think anything of it, but I should. Like, that's super, super cool. And Mercury Lounge, that was a big deal for us. Like, we felt like, wow, this is like the first legit venue in New York we're playing. I mean, we played at some like shithole bars and just got stiffed, and it was just like, it sucked. So this was like the first venue that we played. I think our set was like 15-20 minutes. I mean, it was nothing, but it felt like we had finally sort of accomplished something, and we ended up actually meeting our manager there, and that has opened so many doors for us.
Wow.
So yeah, you never know who's there, and you just got to play your best at all times.
That's kind of mind-blowing you say that, because I was also reading up on the Strokes that when they played the Mercury Lounge, they got their band manager through the Mercury Lounge as well.
Oh, really?
So that's some cool news to say right there, man. That's pretty dope.
So we're the next Strokes, I guess. Yeah.
You're the next Strokes, is what I've heard.
Yeah, man. I recently started listening to the Strokes. My roommate is super into the Strokes. He's got like a Strokes tattoo, and
oh man, he's devoted.
Yeah, he's got "Is This It" on his inner arm. So
nice.
I love them. I love them, and I think there aren't too many great New York bands anymore. So I do hope that Wilmah will be the next great New York band.
It'll be great, man. We're excited. I definitely, with television, I think if you can keep putting out some stuff like that just sticks and keeps going, and it just felt like that classic type of song. Like it felt like something for me. Like I was a huge alternative hard rock and kind of a little bit of metal going in there, but that was kind of like some of the stuff. So I felt like this was right up my alley. It went right into my playlist, stuff like that. So I
appreciate that.
Definitely cannot reiterate how great this song is. Please, guys, everybody that's watching right now, go check out "Television" by Wilmah. It's a great song. It's a great music video too.
Thanks, man.
But with that being said, what are some things that you got? I mean, now we're getting here towards almost November in 2021 to kind of think how fast this is going. What do you guys have planned really for the next I think it's about 2 months and about 10 days, 11 days left. So
yeah,
we go to 2021.
We have another single coming out that, like you said, it feels very classic. I mean, that's just like what we're going for. We want to make music that lasts. And I think in an era, I don't want to sound like an old guy yelling at a cloud, but I think in an era that a lot of it is based very much on what's going to do well in the moment, there's no longevity. And so we are really pushing to make classic songs. And so we have a great song coming out, I think in November. And I think we're going to play a college show at Fordham in November. And then we're playing
Fordham, be ready.
Yeah, and then we're playing Mercury Lounge December 6th. So yeah, new music, more shows, and we got a ton of music coming.
Awesome. So I gotta ask, since you're going back to the music lounge, or the music lounge, the Mercury Lounge, to play music.
Yes.
How is this the first time that you and your manager have been back to the Mercury Lounge? Is this the first time that you guys together have been there?
Yeah, he's never been with us at one of our shows. This is how weird it is. Like it's almost been two years since we linked up, and things have been on such a standstill. And so this will be probably our first show that he will be with us. And first time back at the Mercury Lounge. It's very interesting how these things work.
Timing, man. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's awesome. Next Strokes coming out with Wilmah. We all know.
Yeah.
We got it. No pressure.
No, we like the pressure.
Well, great. So I really have just a rapid fire questionnaire that's really left. That's all we do. Right. It's essentially a yes, no, first thing that comes to your head type of questioning.
Okay.
And what we do is we actually ask these questions, and then we have artists at the end add a question to it. So at the end of this, we'll go through it. We'll have you add a question in, and then that question will be asked to a bunch of the other artists that we've been talking to over IG and in studio and all that stuff.
Does it have to be music related?
No, it does not. It can be anything. Absolutely anything. It could be. We had. I'll get into it. I don't want to give away any of the questions yet. So,
all right.
Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Let's start with. Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed.
Do you like to drive?
Yes.
What is your zodiac sign?
Aquarius.
Are you into zodiac signs?
Absolutely not.
Is it wheat or white toast?
White.
All right. Coffee order, if not a coffee guy, your tea order or preferred drink.
I love a grande vanilla sweet cream cold brew from Starbucks.
All right, you heard it, guys. That's the one today. That's what we need. Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
Oh, that's a little different than most. Let's go Mac or PC?
Mac.
Okay, all Mac. Let's go. Superpower you wish you had?
I wish I could teleport.
Ooh, that's a big good one. Why?
Cut down travel time.
Yes, I'm for it.
Especially
I'm so for that.
Especially in New York, it'd be nice.
Don't need a car, none of that. Oh, perfect.
No.
Perfect. I'm gonna do 2 or 3 more. Worst dating experience ever.
Oh man, I was just telling someone I haven't ever had like a really horrible date.
Okay, what was something that you were just like, no, this is not it?
One time I kind of went on a date with a girl, and the next day she told me that she was seeing someone.
Okay.
So it was a little bit, like, well, why'd we go on a date?
Well, what was that? What was that?
Yeah. Maybe that. Yeah.
Okay.
I have more answers to that, but for the sake of being on the internet, we'll keep it.
Totally fine. Fine. You get to pick this answer. There's no.
When we talk in private, I'll let you.
There you go. When you guys come to Columbus, Ohio, we'll answer that question then. All right, and I'll share a little bit more, and we'll bond. We'll bond over this. How about that? Okay, last one. Who would you be a better friend with, Biggie or Tupac?
Biggie. I like his music so much more.
There you go. And that is it, man. Those are just a few of the questions we've written down. So, thanks for doing that. What question do you want to add that people are going to be on?
I would say, recently in your life, what is the most embarrassing thing that has happened to you?
Ooh, I don't know. How have we not had that one? The most embarrassing thing that happened to you. That's a really good one.
Thanks. Get some juicy answers.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was when somebody said, have you done anything dating-wise? And then that was when they added in the worst dating experience ever, and people have loved that. Another one that I actually didn't ask you, you can answer this if you'd like. One job that you had that you will never go back to do ever again.
All of
people
them.
love that one.
All of them.
All of them.
I used to be a busboy. That wasn't that bad. I worked for my ex-girlfriend's father, and he was a nice guy, and that was a nice opportunity. But that's not a good situation to be in. No. I was gonna ask. I'm like, that sounds worse than the other dating experience. That sounds like a true dating experience problem. It's just not necessarily a situation you want to be in. Yeah. Oh my. I cannot imagine, man. Well, man, that's all I got. I want to have you plug in your social media and stuff. Where can people find you, your music, and your website, man? Yeah, so follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Wilmah the Band. And you can find us on Spotify under Wilmah. Give us a follow there. And we're also on TikTok. Follow us on TikTok. Oh. Big money now. Got to be on the TikTok. Go check that out. Yeah. We have some fire TikToks, so follow us at Wilmah the Band there, and all the usual places. Awesome. You guys know what it is. This is Groundsounds. I am Jesse. This is Matt from Wilmah. He's the vocalist and the guitarist. Thank you so much for coming on, man. Thanks. Really appreciate it. For everybody else that's home that's watching, make sure that you go to groundsounds.com. We will have this interview up hopefully here by Friday. Latest will be Monday. We will have this stuff ready for you guys, and keep grinding, guys. Oh, and go check out
Wilmah, man, and their song Television, and go see them. We're going to be at the Mercury Lounge, which is huge. Next Strokes bands, guys. The Strokes.
Yes.
That's Wilmah. Let's go.
Thanks, man. Great talking to you.
Yep. Great talking to you too, man. Enjoy the day.
You too. Bye.
Later, man.